Welcome to this video. In this video, I'm going to be doing a stock analysis of Lithium American Corporation. So if you like this video, please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. And of course, remember, this isn't a financial advice. This is purely for entertainment and educational purposes. And what do they make? Well, it's in the name. They make lithium. Currently, they are not producing any lithium at all, but they own the Thacker Pass, which is huge and has a very large amount of lithium in it, and has been bankrolled by GM, the car company, because of course we're going to need more electric vehicles in the future. So currently, it is quite an interesting company. Firstly, before I make my analysis, I want to explain something about the Lithium Americas Corporation. It has been calculated that for them to take 1 ton of lithium out of the ground, it's going to be $6,700. And it's estimated that they can sell that for $10,000 to $40,000. So imagine they get operational. The amount of margins they're going to run is absolutely insane. And also towards 2040, it's estimated that we're going to need 51 more times lithium every single year than we are currently. And that is only estimated to explode because we need lithium for a bunch of things like chips, car batteries, and all those kind of stuff. Now, currently you have to know they don't make any money at all, as you can see down here in the earnings. So look at the financials here, as you can see, they don't make any at all. Now, with that being said, currently they have close to $500 million in the bank, and their operating cost right now is about $40 million a year. So currently they can run for almost 12 years without having to get more debt, and they have basically no debt at about $2.3 million. So actually it's about 0% debt, which is very nice for a company like this. Now, as you can see, the stock over it in itself is quite volatile. As you can see, back in October of 23, we're trading all the way up here. As you can see, all the way up here. What does that peak at? Let me just look at that. 13, if we go back even further, it's gonna increase more and more. So of course, stocks like this, where it has huge upsides because this is what you call a pure play, which means they're only making one thing and one thing alone. This is lithium. They're expected to start mining that. Now, of course, this means it's a high volatility because say we find something better than lithium. Let's say salt batteries, for example, is also exploding in science. So let's say that the curve of lithium price is gonna crack and we are gonna see, well, we don't need as much lithium as we thought. Well, this is gonna be quite a poor stock then, I think. Now, if we take a look at the stock in itself, as you can see, it is just too volatile at the moment to buy into currently. Now, why do I think that? Well, as you can see, we've had ups and downs, and currently we're also trading downwards. As you can see, we had this bit of a peak back in May, and then as you can see, we've been trading almost down $1 from that, which is almost 30%. So I'll be very careful at the moment because we don't really have any great technicals. We did see a bit of a rebound, but it quickly was killed and it continued on downwards. So right now, I'll be very careful because RSI overall, just ever since this peak, has been quite poor, and it has become poor again, and there's just quite a huge gap between the 200-day moving average and the current price. As you can see, the 200-day moving average is up at 2.8, and we're up at down at 2.65. So of course, be quite careful. Now, as you can see down here, we don't even have a price to earnings because the company is so small, and of course that is also a dangerous thing to invest in because then it can be overestimated quite a lot. Now, however, the beta in this company is quite low, which means it moves basically as much as the index that is in. Now, the earnings, as you can see here, they made their earnings quite poorly, I would say. As you can see, they miss them all the time, and you might think, well, how can they miss earnings when they don't make any money? Well, they estimate how much money they're going to lose, and well, they lose even more. Now, as you can see down here in the annual earnings or annual losses, as you can see, they actually don't lose that much money, as you can see, but that is because currently they are building their mine and making sure that it is viable. And they have just, I believe it was this past month or so, everything is done in the Thacker Pass, which means they can soon start to mine lithium. Now that's of course great, and we're gonna love to see when they make proper money, but also because of course Donald Trump wants to make US self-supplied in lithium because it's quite an important mineral. So chances are, if they get really going and they make good lithium, well, it's gonna be amazing. The performance of this stock is absolutely insane. Let's just go all the way back to 2011. As you can see, we have some years with insane gains and we have some years with huge losses. So average gain, as you can see up here, is at least the smallest one is 50, the tallest one is 280. So again, insane gains. And then again, look down here, minus 40, minus 40, minus 39, minus 38. And of course, if you lose 50% of your investment, well, then you need to make 100% back to gain it. So of course, be very careful. Now, of course, for the year currently, we are in minus, so maybe it's going to be an upside, but I just think we need to see some more positive. Maybe you can try to aim it down here, hit it just on the bottom here, but chances are it's just going to keep on going downwards because I think we need to see some more results in the American lithium and minerals trade because we need to see, is it going to be viable? Are they going to be able to sell it? Because of course, lithium in the United States is going to be much more expensive than those from Brazil or China, where there are huge companies. So the competition in the lithium game is insane at the moment. Well, the technicals of this, as you can see for today, is a sell. and for the month it's a sell as well. Even in the moving average, it's a strong sell. So just overall, just it's keeping on going downwards. Now, as you can see, we do trade a bit sideways when we're down here, but I do think it is going to hit the bottom. Let's say down here, we have some other peaks or valleys, or maybe down here. So chances are it's going to fall 30 cents or 60 cents, which is quite a huge percentage. That'll be 50 to almost 40, no, yeah, 37% or so. So of course, be very careful. Now, the price tag of this is quite huge. As you can see, we have quite great analyses on this. As you can see, we have 4 strong buy, 1 buy, and 7 hold. So overall, quite positive. But of course, this is also because, well, everybody knows we are going to need more lithium in the future as it is standing currently. So chances are, if this pure play works out, you're going to make insane money. If it doesn't, it doesn't. This wouldn't be the worst stock to buy and hold. Just say, I hope in the future we are going to need a lot more lithium, and you just buy, let's say, 1,000 shares of this now. That would be $2,000, 2,000 or $2,600, which of course is a lot of money. But let's say you just keep it for 10 years when we're close to 2040, and the stock, not the stock price, the lithium price has jumped 50 times because we need more lithium. Well, this stock is going to be worth a lot more. Or what might happen is another company that mines lithium or wants to produce batteries are going to buy them. And every single time a stock company is bought, it is bought for more than the current price. So of course that might also be a play. That is not unlikely to happen either. Now, if you look at the earnings here, as you can see, chances they're not going to make any proper money in the EPS until at least 28, but as you can see also down here, 28 is the first year they expect to make some proper money. Of course, it's not a lot given the size of the company already, only estimating to make $400 million, but of course, they need to get their mine fully operational and they need a bunch of licenses. So yeah, quite interesting. Now, I'll have to say this is a very volatile stock. Personally, I won't buy this because I just don't see it happening right now. It's a bit too volatile, but chances are in the future it's going to be worth a lot more. But I do think we're going to need to see some more just overall hype in this sector, or not hype, but some more attention to the sector in total, and just see where does this lithium trade go, especially United States lithium. Also, because if this trade war Donald Trump has made is going to continue, well, chances are we're going to see maybe some other countries won't buy the lithium. Of course, we won't know that. Now, that was my analysis on Lithium Americas Corporation. So if you like this video, as I said, please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. And of course, remember, this isn't financial advice at all. But if you want me to make any other videos like this, please leave the comment page. You want me to make a stock analysis of in the comment section below.